Jeff Nadu's Total Rat Roadmap. Because why just read about rats when you can be one? Are you tired of breaking your balls trying to earn respect the old-fashioned way? You want to skip the work, skip the honor, and go straight to the part where the government pays your rent? Then boy, do we got something for you! Introducing Jeff Nadu's Total Rat Roadmap. The only self-help crime kit approved by multiple federal districts. What's inside? Step-by-step guide to snitching like a pro. Practice testimony flashcards with Sammy the Bull's signature eye roll. Top 10 rat excuses for betraying your crew. Crime scene adhesive tape so you feel like a real reporter. Government cheese recipe book. Bonus DVD, how to tell mob stories without ever leaving your house. Once you complete the program, you'll be on the phone with the FBI faster than a mob boss can say, "Who flipped?" Want to take down a criminal empire? Or maybe just your neighbor with a loud Camaro? Total Rat Roadmap got you, kid. Testimonials. Sammy from Arizona says, "This kit made me feel nostalgic." Donnie's podcast, "Please don't air my episode." Jeff himself says, "I'm not a rat, I just know a lot of them." Disclaimer: side effects may include obsessive knowledge of mob history, leather jacket syndrome, talking like you grew up in Bensonhurst when you're really from Pennsylvania, and uncontrollable urges to interview murderers. Call now! Order in the next 30 minutes and get a free add-on. Jeff Nadu's Emergency Witness Protection Starter Pack. Includes sunglasses, a fake mustache, and a bus ticket to Nebraska. Jeff Nadu's Total Rat Roadmap, because loyalty is overrated and fame pays better.
Muggs, what the fuck you doing in there, you prick?
Yeah, I done did a lot of things in my day. I admit it, I don't take back what I say. If I said it, then I meant it. All my life I won a Grammy, but I probably never get it. I ain't never had no trophy or no motherfucking ribbon. Fuck the system, I'm that nigga, bend the law, cut the rules. I'm about to risk it all, I ain't got too much to lose. Y'all been eating long enough, it's my turn to cut the food. Pass the plate, win my drink, this my day. Lucky you, fuck you too, woo!
Analyzing evil. The narcissism of internet influencers. A Pizzaverse Studios production. In association with Palermo Productions. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent DePrio. For most of human history, fame belonged to a very small group of people. Kings. Actors. Athletes, musicians. Becoming famous required enormous talent, political power, or extraordinary circumstances. But the internet changed the rules. Today, millions of people can build an audience with nothing more than a smartphone and an internet connection. These personalities became known as influencers. They shape opinions, drive trends, sell products, and build entire careers around the attention of strangers. But psychologists have begun noticing something troubling. The influencer economy rewards a personality trait that can become extremely dangerous when amplified by constant attention. Narcissism. Today on Analyzing Evil, we examine how internet fame can inflate ego, distort reality, and transform ordinary personalities into something far more extreme. Understanding narcissism. Narcissism is often misunderstood. Most people associate the term with arrogance or vanity. But clinical psychology defines narcissism more precisely. A narcissistic personality typically includes several key traits: an exaggerated sense of importance, a deep need for admiration, a belief in personal superiority, sensitivity to criticism, difficulty empathizing with others. Everyone exhibits some narcissistic tendencies from time to time, but in certain environments, those tendencies can grow stronger, much stronger. The perfect environment. The internet provides something narcissistic personalities crave more than anything else: attention. Every post can receive thousands of likes. Every video can generate praise from strangers. Every live stream can fill with supporters. The creator becomes the center of the conversation. The algorithm rewards personalities that attract attention. And the louder the personality, the more attention they often receive. For someone already predisposed toward narcissism, this environment can be intoxicating. The validation loop. Psychologists describe a powerful reinforcement cycle known as the validation loop. A creator posts content. Followers respond with praise. The creator experiences a surge of dopamine. This emotional reward encourages the creator to continue posting. The audience praises again. And the cycle repeats. Over time, the creator's identity may become heavily dependent on audience approval. Without attention, the creator may feel anxious, insecure, or angry. With attention, they feel powerful, important, special. When ego becomes identity, as influencers gain followers, something subtle can begin to happen. Their online persona grows larger than their real identity. They are no longer simply a person. They are now a brand, a personality, a public figure. Every action becomes part of a performance. Every opinion becomes content. And criticism begins to feel like a threat to their identity. For narcissistic personalities, criticism can feel unbearable, which is why many influencers react aggressively to dissent, blocking critics, attacking opponents, or mobilizing their audience against anyone who challenges them.
Tired of people saying you're too intense? Sick of being calm, reasonable, and emotionally available like some kind of therapist from Whole Foods? Well, congratulations, sweetheart. Anthony Sessa has a product for you. Introducing Anthony Sessa's No Regrets Life Enhancement Kit. Because thinking ahead is for suckers. This bad boy comes with a figurative briefcase full of bad decisions, a selective memory filter, remembers the glory, forgets the indictments, a pair of metaphorical blinders so you never see consequences coming, and a one-way loyalty hotline. You're loyal to everyone. Nobody's loyal to you. Just take one dose and suddenly you're trusting the wrong guy, saying he's solid about a guy who absolutely ain't, and realizing way too late that you should have stayed home. Side effects may include paranoia, hindsight clarity, sudden realizations, and saying, I probably should have seen that coming. During one Hamai warning. Do not mix with common sense, patience, or surviving into old age. Anthony Sessa's No Regrets. Available nowhere. Refunds not accepted. Lessons learned separately. Anthony Sessa. Because history needed a cautionary tale. And buddy, you nailed it.
The illusion of power. Large audiences can create a powerful illusion. Thousands of comments. Millions of views. Followers praising every word. This can lead influencers to believe they possess more authority and influence than they truly do. Inside the digital bubble, they feel like major public figures. Outside that bubble, many people may not recognize them at all. But the constant feedback loop of admiration can make the illusion feel very real. The dark side of influence. When narcissism grows unchecked, it can lead to troubling behavior, manipulating followers, spreading misinformation, attacking critics, encouraging online harassment. Some influencers begin treating their audience not as individuals, but as a personal army. A group expected to defend them against anyone who questions their authority. This is where narcissism becomes dangerous. Because the influencer stops seeing themselves as simply a creator. They begin seeing themselves as the center of the story. The fragile ego. Ironically, narcissistic personalities often hide deep insecurity. The constant need for admiration can mask a fragile sense of self. When the attention fades, or when criticism grows louder, the influencer may react with anger or panic. Because the identity they built depends entirely on maintaining that spotlight. Without it, the illusion collapses. The moral. The internet did not create narcissism, but it created the perfect environment for it to grow. Platforms reward attention. Audiences reward confidence. Algorithms reward controversy. In this environment, personalities that demand admiration often rise to the top. But the healthiest creators understand something important. Influence is not the same as importance. Followers are not the same as friends. And the spotlight can disappear as quickly as it arrived. The influencer economy will continue to grow. New personalities will rise. New platforms will emerge. And millions of viewers will continue watching the lives of strangers unfold online. But the psychology behind internet fame remains complicated. Because behind the camera, every influencer faces the same temptation. To believe the praise. To believe the attention. To believe the illusion of importance. And when that belief grows too strong, the line between creator and ego can disappear entirely. This has been Analyzing Evil. Credits. Analyzing Evil. A Pizzaverse Studios production. In association with Palermo Productions. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent DiPrio. If you enjoy psychological breakdowns of internet culture, power, manipulation, and human behavior, subscribe and follow the channel. Because here in the Pizzaverse, we don't just watch the internet. We analyze the minds behind it. Until next time, remember something the old neighborhood understood long before social media existed. The loudest guy in the room isn't always the most important one. The internet can make anyone famous. A viral video. A controversial live stream. A personality that attracts attention. And suddenly, Thousands of people are watching, listening, following. But internet fame is different from traditional fame. It grows fast, sometimes overnight. And when success happens that quickly, some creators begin believing the spotlight will never fade. The audience praises them. The algorithm rewards them. The attention becomes addictive. And the personality behind the camera begins to grow larger, louder, more confident. But fame built on attention can disappear just as quickly as it arrived. One mistake, one scandal, one moment where the illusion cracks. And when an online personality builds their entire identity around internet fame, the fall can be devastating. Because when the spotlight fades, the person behind the persona is suddenly exposed. Next time on Analyzing Evil, we examine the psychology behind the rise and collapse of internet personalities. Analyzing Evil, the collapse of internet personalities.